All right, let's get started. First of all, congrats on making it to Champs 2023 to both of you. But let's jump in. So FUT, you will be the first, the higher seed of the match today. So would you like Team A or Team B?
Team B.
Team B. So T1, you will be Team A. And we will get started with your first band.
Band split.
Band split. Your band?
Fracture.
Fracture. And so map number 1.
Pick Pearl.
Pick Pearl. Side on Pearl.
Give me a second. Defense.
Defense. Okay. Map number 2.
Haven.
Haven. Side on Haven.
Attack.
Attack. And we'll go with the next set of bands starting with T1. You have Ascent, Bind, and Lotus.
Band Lotus.
Band Lotus. Your band, you have Ascent and Bind.
Band Bind.
Band Bind. That would make map number 3 Ascent. T1, side on Ascent.
Defense.
Defense. Okay, so we're going to run through this really quick, make sure we're all good and set to go. First set of bands, we have T1 with Split, FUT with Fracture. Map number 1 is Pearl with FUT on Defense. Map number 2 is Haven with T1 on Attack. Next set of bands are Lotus and Bind. That makes map number 3 Ascent with T1 on Defense. Sound good? All right, good luck to you both today.
I'm really interested in this FUT comp because it's got to be explosive, right? You don't have the Sky to be re-getting your info every now and then, right? You don't have that flash that will come back on a cooldown timer, you know? You have a dagger, but what info does it?
We're going to have to build up in towards that A site. Leading that charge, Carpe with the Tiger, and Sire's already in.
He's done well to find the first, but he's stuck inside those mollies and can't make his way out. A Nano Swarm kill onto Saya, and a blindsided swing. Ada Captain only gets one for his trouble, but the numbers, they stay in their favor as FUT controlled the site. The spike on the floor as well, and Munchkin has no idea on that final player. He spotted him now, but not able to adjust in time. Don't overextend and offer anything. 15 seconds on the clock as the push comes through. Snakebite's good, but they can't follow up on the damage. And now a chance for that spike to actually be planted for these players who've waited out for the past 2 minutes to finally force some fights, and they're favorable to begin. A post-plant setup as well with Viper utility to play off of. FUT will find this difficult. It starts by rooting out Saya player who's finding 2! They're unable to do anything about this man, and now support comes in. The trade maybe not on time, but with 45 HP and 2 players left to take down, Krax is in a lot of trouble. He's trying to fight them, and he'll get both of those duels on an offer.
Not quite being planted. Zed's aggressive position, he's got to be careful. There are multiple players just around this corner. The flash connects, but he's not going to aggress off it just yet, and Mr. Fallen is already going to put this into a further advantage. They need a bit of a hero, and the trades are fantastic. Leaving Saya player once again alone, and he's going to get cleared out. FUT are going to make that work with 2 bullets on the other side. Kang and Artis having a field day versus T1. Kiwi, well, he's going to kick things off once again. Saya player, though, he's there. And Ban's found one with a pistol. Every single round becoming competitive so far. Is this one going to settle on their side? And they almost managed to get rid of Mr. Fallen.
Yeah, that was the recovered rifle, and look at Saya. They got this orb to start the round out. Got the Blade Storm online, and that has been rewarded tenfold. Just Mr. Fallen, 56 HP. And although he finds the first, he is left on
He lost
55.
55.
That's a tough situation. Headshot needed onto Ban at least. They've got the angles here.
He didn't want to give up that pit. KO ult's gone through on the other side as well, so it will be the detain for Zeta. But he's able to hold on for the moment. Even still, though, initial frag goes the way of Kiwis, doing what? But Coffee just gets 2 through the pit. A little bit more for him as well. 1 more standing, a potential ace. But he's just playing passive this time, not looking to get over-aggressive. You know he wants that final kill. We'll hear the tap onto the spike, but it's not quite there. And Marge is going to try and close it. For the other side of things, it depends how many orbs you want to sort of hand over to T1, but that's a damn good start. Carpe gone.
Yeah, he tried to sneak past the smoke. A second player coming from this angle later. It's Munchkin, but he's going to be caught. Oh, but the shot doesn't hit. Mr. Fallen. Well, they've definitely stumbled on that play with Munchkin defending this tooth and nail. The lockdown will be destroyed. Just about, but look at the time that it's bought. That spike already diffused. Ticking away quite far, it's half. They're going for it. They're trying to stick it all the way, but the spray from Ban saves the day. Oh, much more shallow this time on the wall through, trying to link up with the Art players and then push on the back of it. Saya player will only get the one, and Carpe actually caught on the way through the molly, slowing them down on this and putting T1 in a pretty tough position. You still have a Viper's Pit to fight back in on the side of FUT. They need to take some space of their own, and that's exactly what they're looking for. Out of Captain in the corner, and although he's moving fast, he's not quick enough on his feet, but look at the HP of Ban. So incredibly low with Mods just trying to find him. And he'll locate that to be long, and sending Saya player walking, well, by the looks of it, on a flank of his own.
He's going
He'll be seen, they'll check in on him a little bit later on. Kiwi, for now, has to move his way out of this B site. Concede control. That's been the name of the game for these B takes, but this time, Kiwi has something to say about it.
Yeah, he's left a teammate behind as well. I don't think Krax was expected. The flank from Saya will dome one, but the trades are coming back thick and fast. Krax has done an incredible job at the back of the site, and well, it comes down to Saya. He needs an ace to win this round. Doesn't actually know where his opponent is lurking. Krax hiding on the backline, so spotted the other two, but I think his life is on borrowed time. No, it seems like he read it for a second. The rest of the players, they know there's one in towards that back site, which likely means there's either one out towards long or back in on that lurk.
That's a great kill. They're starting to narrow down the angles, but they didn't know that Munchkin was still there. The ammo, the real issue here for Zeta, is Ada Captain. Definitely a smile on his face now. Concede that control.
I call this around the Observer's nightmare.
Yeah.
It's just every single hole just being spammed into position.
Viper's Pit went down, but so did Mr. Fallen. They've got to get on this spike pretty soon to force players out into the open, and there they are. They've spotted the whole squad, but there's too many bodies to take down. T1 holding strong. They've still got that utility to play behind, but Maj has got the angle up top. The smoke's holding off for just a few seconds longer. It could be long enough. Kiwi's close, and he'll get it across the line. Oh, a devastating round for T1. Well, he's finally gotten a little bit of karma coming his way. Flash ready. Carpe wants to punish. They know there's a player there, and they'll catch him through the wall. Great prediction from Carpe. The Kiwi not able to hit the shot with the op. Too many targets. All out in the open. He's got cover this time. A player up close, ready to help, and well, his help will certainly be needed. Mr. Fallen, is he going to swing out to realize these players have given up the control? Yes, they've moved towards the stairs where the spike is dropped. Maj has the cross, spotted both on the way around, and now they can just hold this together, or maybe not. They separate, and Munchkin isolates. 40 HP and 4 bullets. The spike
Trying to find out where Moj is coming from, but instead he's just wrapped back into exactly the same spot, and he will land the shot.
Section them all around the backside. Low HP though on Munchkin. He doesn't really want to fight, but it'll be forced on him anyways. Good opening for Kiwi. Just look at Saya player. He snuck past the turret. He put his cloudburst up, and now they have no idea that he is sneaking his way through. That's an awkward fight. It's bought time, given an opportunity. Perhaps Kiwi can win that fight now if he wasn't crunched on, if there wasn't support here to play with. We're back down to a 2v3. Low HP on a lot of FUT players. The spike has to be defused, and time is on their side. They can swing out one at a time, or they can go all together. There's some weaknesses here. 2 pistols in play.
Do they Viper's Pit?
The rifle's taking the fight, and Munchkin, who's winning them. A quick double, and this could be the best chance for T1 so far. The only downside is that Viper's Pit.
Yeah, they've actually used it. Even in this scenario where they're down a couple of men, well, make that just one. Maj just managed to find another. The snakebite will buy some extra time, but he is not sitting still. He's gone moving all the way around. A decent position held, though, by Carpe. Just waiting on the other side, trying to find an entry back in, but Moj has found him as well. Having a lights-out game so far. Finally, Munchkin will respond, and now it's left all onto Mr. Fallen. Only a pistol in hand, but some low HP players, not this time, though.
For this T1 squad to get back in here, go for spams, especially with such an open plant spot. It's worked out, but you're going to be caught by the flash on the way through. Players spotted moving towards the elbow. That's where T1 wanted to fight for a moment, but Zeta and Carp both down. Ban falls too. Bladestorm blinded in the open, and that is only going to leave Munchkin. Had some great rounds already, but not this time. It would be a miracle to pull out that 1v4. 12. That walkabout going to take a while to come through. Player like Munchkin may be able to find value if someone from FUT overextends.
Oh,
what was that? A collateral? Oh, well, now that judge is certainly looking a little worse for wear towards this elbow. They're going in, though. They've given him the control, and the fight is his. The lockdown online. And he can defend this. Pushing back in's not a good idea. In fact, they won't get anywhere close to it. Kiwi caught in the open. And we're back down to not just the way back through for T1, but the man advantage to work with as well. It won't last too long without a captain. The trade out is good for Mr. Fallen, and he'll close it at that. FUT with 13-4. Their opening map in Los Angeles could not have gone much better.
We're punishing that, but they start on defense, where I think they play this comp really well, especially for the retakes that were so great in map 1, Baby Bay.
Yeah, and I thought that T1 getting attack on a lot of these maps would be an advantage to them.
Not slowing down. The side of T1 had a lot of fast-paced takes. And kicking off this map, it's just the same. Saya denied that early fight, though. The Cloudburst not going to stay up for long. Their safe haven deteriorating. Out of Captain falls, too. Maj putting up a good performance, but not good enough. It's left down to the Gecko of Cracks. And Tom, we've seen Gecko quite a bit. It hasn't been something to write home about for the side of FUT so far.
I don't even know if he'll use any of it. Just needs to land the shots. And that's where Crack seems to do his best work. If you didn't have enough of the FUT clutch to play, but this is where the execution's going to come through again. Saya leading the charge, and he will find that opener. Maj unable to do too much, but his teammates at least trying to trade things back. This time, though, a little bit of damage to Carpe, but other than that, they've kept things relatively clean. And the only interesting really thing when we talk about compositions, nothing different in terms of what agents are actually being run. For now, Kiwi, anything he can find will be nice, but
looking to take that control, but they have spotted the operator around here. It's good information to play with. Thrash on the way through, and it catches nobody. They've sidestepped it completely. Not going to be retrievable in its current position. Ada Captain falls, and T1, they are in with a serious chance now, locking these players out of control. A quick double kill. Doesn't seem to be enough. Ooh. Even if that shot was connected for Kiwi, it would be a tough clutch, but with two opponents still standing, it's time ultimately, when you start around like this, a minute in, your only opportunity is to go towards C, but with Kiwi down, that opportunity now is a little bit more promising. Good stun, good delay, but the follow-up, the thing of legends. Sure, Mr. Fallen will go down, and some damage is found as well, but they managed to stall out that C push. And from the shadows, used to fake out that they're taking this to A. The fake is not sold, though. FUT still have two players here. One in the form of Ada Captain, the other being Cracks, and that angle is certainly held down by Cracks.
no, it's actually a miss.
Well, he's got the drone at least, but not quite the same reward. Gets back in time to be caught by the Rolling Thunder. Pretty much out of this round for a few seconds, and he'll be caught by Ban, who's doubling up on the site. Mr. Fallen catches them blinded up on site before he's dropped, but they can't get ahead in the fights. It's still Maj, left in a 1v2. T1 have got the plant in. Now they can hold this down together, even looking to double swing it, and the double not needed. Munchkin quick to the trigger.
The same sort of push that came through in the last round, and the rest of the team looking to build up in this retake. Now you have to bear in mind, in terms of utility, there's a couple of flashes. I was going to say there's no paranoia to get them back in. They don't need it. T1 went looking. They wanted to fight. They wanted to scrap, and because of that, they now find themselves in a 5v2 scenario. Flank comes through from Maj as well. Munchkin needs to pull off one of the most ridiculous clutches you ever will have seen, and well, they're already spamming into the smoke. They know where he is. It's all too easy for FUT. Zeta could be in trouble here. Currently using his drone, he goes jumping back and spots half of the team. The stun has caught him as well. There is no chance for him to survive this one, and in fact, Ada Captain, well, he may be getting assists, but he can also frag in his own right as well. A clean push back through into this round.
Space will be taken. It's Saya player coming up close, but further back was Munchkin. He's caught. Cloudburst, good the dodge on the paranoia, but he'll still be taken down. Carpe with a good frag. They haven't spotted out a captain. He's doubling up, holding strong on the site. He doesn't need any help. Saw Thrash go in, but well, he already had it on lockdown. Zeta the last man alive. We'll find the first. Zeta Captain's kill streak finally coming to a conclusion. Stun held. Mr. Fallen's caught at least one with that. Aftershock for down below, and that's a free kill. Zeta was caught in the turret. in the drone, I should say. Saya player is good for a double before being shut down. The operator doing a hell of a lot. Saya player could be very dangerous with this pre-fire blade around the corner. And he's on his way through. Stun caught. He's up top, safe for a moment, allowed to recover. Will he be spotted after? No, not before he can grab a kill without a captain down. Blades refreshed. And the sight seems to be theirs. Even that judge going to be quite scary, as exactly for that reason. It's up close, it's able to spam in the smoke. And if anything goes awry, he has that Blade Storm still to fall back on. This could be a tough fight for Kiwi.
Yeah, I almost feel like at this stage, someone has to make a mistake. And while Carpe's doubled up, kept this further into their favor, Kiwi will be able to get one. And actually, Mr. Farland's found another. Somehow, in this 2v5 scenario, it's beginning to look competitive with an isolated player within the smoke. Munchkin has a chance to put this one to bed, as Mr. Farland is now all that remains. The other two players just waiting on long, and T1 will claim their...
Kiwi's got some control. A player spotted as well. He'll look for the fight, and that's an execution.
Beautiful paranoia.
Munchkin down immediately. The paranoia even stopped the players further back from peeking out to help. There were two ready to swing. Carpe and Ban, and both have been found by Kiwi. They didn't take the fight earlier, and they were forced into it later. This is looking rough. T1 blocked out completely. And even that late flank that they're attempting with Saya player, there might not be anything left to flank. They have enough bodies to cover more or less every single angle at this point. And once they catch out Zeta, it gets tough. Oh, wow. Yeah, well, we won't even talk about that for Saya, because it's an ace for Kiwi.
Turkish Valorant, it was just run in, get headshots, get all of the kills. You look at those first 3 kills for Kiwi, every single player was blind. Supportive flash off the paranoia, pop flash came through as well from Mr. Farland. The last player, I think, was split second away from getting stunned, so obviously they're moving as well. It might not count as an assist, but it pistols. And on the other side of things, they've got everything to play with.
Nice aggression, though. Saya's not only caught... Whoa,
what?
No! I don't know how he went down there. Sure, the trade is in. Just another remarkable fight from Kiwi. The advantage, though, is certainly falling into the court of T1. 2 rifles to work with. One of them is in the hands of Ban, who we see on the C site. Players coming from either angle. They know that Carpe is here now, and they'll shut him down. Only Ban left to find, and Krax does, well, makes it look easy. He'll be left alone. Still has his wingman to work with. Maybe the plant can go down. He can try to move to a post plant already, start the flank.
He'll get his ult off this as well.
Oh, that's huge.
It's tough to use in these sort of scenarios. To isolate a player. If he gets it into the 1v1, you almost have to say that this round is his, and Zeta is going to try and sell a ruse. Maybe that both players are coming in from that direction. Yet to move is going to be Munchkin. The spray's a little bit wild. He's going to go running back into his opponent. Munchkin will just about find that. Hey, you can't blame him. Thrash straight through, as said. He has farmed this all up so many times throughout this game. Doesn't connect onto anyone this time. Kiwi's gone dashing into the site. Made space, but Carpe's done well. Instant trade again, though. It all seems to come tumbling down. Ban at the back of site is the last point of call. His teammates with a supportive flash, but maybe he doesn't need that support. However, does he know? There's a player right below him. He's seen the gun barrel. Eventually, he'll make the realization. The penny drops, and it leaves just Krax alone in this one. And again, T1.
There you go. The star of the show.
Yeah, we love Wingman in this house.
The little bro, he's got the plant in. He's bought them that little bit of time now as the clock moves into their favor. Rolling Thunder avoiding it at first. Mr. Fallen actually grabs a kill off of utility, and he's still standing strong down below. Ada Captain on for another. Mr. Fallen still hasn't been rooted out. They just couldn't deal with this breach. I mean, that very much looks like that should be the only player here. They're not checking Ban at first, and they have paid the price. A double kill. The Hunter's Fury fired out a little too far away from the first, and nothing found in the second. This is right back into play for T1.
That looked like it was on, especially the first one, but hey, Ban has made this one competitive. Started to come alive over the last couple of rounds. Moj, Zeta just unable to connect. That's been a couple of opportunities in this round, and Carpe, well, he's low. Wanted to try and take a risk. Now just look at the space that is there for FUT. The other player is so desperately far away. Now that alarm bot likely not going to be online from that sort of distance. incredibly far away, but I think the position of Moj holds a lot more value. Someone they need to clear. Zeta has done well though, but the trade is immediate, and now it's left all onto Munchkin.
Full belt of utility to work with, at the very least. That smoke fading. There you go.
Look at the ults.
The Rolling Thunder will be committed. They're not risking anything in this 2v1. A stun through gives away his position. Moj knows exactly where to look.
Don't worry, not need for any help here.
Boom. That's how we do it.
They
now
even tried
they're
to
very
paranoid.
quickly on it. They're going to try and defuse this already, tapping it immediately and causing this utility to start being thrown out. How has Krax found that? A nail in the coffin for the squad of T1
no.
as Krax picks up even more. The flank is on its way, and that will do it. 13-7. An incredible debut for the side of FUT.
By Atta Captain from FUT and Scala, who's going to be helping with some translations here. First of all, Atta, welcome to LA. Congratulations on your first win. It wasn't just a win, it was very, very clean. So tell me, what was the biggest thing that you guys wanted to improve from Tokyo? What were you working on in the preparation phase, in the break ahead of this tournament?
Ata, öncelikle tebrikler. Yani sadece bir galibiyet değildi. Aslında biraz da stomptu ve çok temiz geçti diyebiliriz bu galibiyet için. Tokyo'dan buraya gelirken en çok odaklandığınız şey neydi? Yani en böyle geliştirme konusunda odaklandığınız, önemli olduğunu düşündüğünüz şey neydi bu arada?
Öncelikle teşekkür ederim. Bu Los Angeles'ta cidden çok iyi karşılandık. Tokyo'dan da şu zamana en öncelikli geliştirdiğimiz şey açıkçası birazcık daha taktiksel yoğunluğa gittik ve bireysel bir çalışma vardı. Tokyo'dan sonra da zaten fazla bir boşluk bırakmadık. Direkt Champions için çalışmaya başladık. Yani ekstra fazla bir şey diyemem. Son bir aydır tryhard çalışıyoruz Champions için.
First of all, I want to thank you as well. And Los Angeles is beautiful. We received a really warm welcome in Los Angeles. From Tokyo, the thing we improved the most was we improved ourselves tactically mostly. We did prepare individually, but we focused more on tactical issues. Aside from that, we didn't take that many breaks between Tokyo and here. So for the past month, we have been studying, we've been practicing really hard, and we're ready.
We could see that, we could see that. Now, speaking of the strategies, Fallen on KJ on Pearl, you on Brimstone, we saw some changes. So talk me through, why did you make those changes on Pearl?
Taktiksel Pearl'de de bazı değişiklikler gördük. İşte Fallen Killjoy oynadı, sen Brimstone oynadın. Bu tercihlerin sebebi neydi?
Başından beri zaten Pearl'le öyle oynuyorduk. Ekstra bir şeyler gerekiyordu Champions için. Biz de onu burada sunmaya geldik.
Well, we have been playing Pearl like that for quite some time, but we needed something extra for Champions, so that's what we brought to the table.
Were you happy with the performance today? Yeah?
Yeah, I'm so happy.
We're happy as well to see you happy. And last question, at Tokyo, you also had to play group stage, but unfortunately, you didn't quite get further than the group stage. You have to play group stage again here, so does everybody else. So what do you make of your group at this tournament?
Evet, Tokyo'da da grup aşamasında oynayıp çok ileri gidememiştiniz. Burada da grup aşamasındasınız. İşler farklı olacak mı? Beklentilerin neler? Ne düşünüyorsun buradaki grupla ilgili?
Yani en son AG ile oynadığımızda, şu an aynı grupta olduğumuz için konuşuyorum. Kötü bir mağlubiyet almıştık. Lotus haritasını kendimiz kapatamamıştık. Ama şu an bu aldığımız üstün bir galibiyetle, yani ezici demeyeyim ama üstün bir galibiyetle beraber yani üst turda daha da sert oynayacağımıza eminim.
I can speak about EG because we played against EG in the previous group as well. Against EG, like it was kind of our fault. We could have closed it out in Lotus, but we couldn't do that the previous time we faced one another. But right now we started off with a clean victory, and we plan to use that going forward as well, and I think we will have a good group.
Oh, I can't wait to see it. Thank you very much, Atta Captain, Teşekkürler, Scala as well. Thank you very much for translating. And for the FUT fans, it's great news for them because we are going to be seeing Atta Captain soon, and EG will also be taking the stage.